appearance of fine line and wrinkles, loose and sagging skin, dark spots, uneven skin tones and blemishes. These are just of a few things that we begin to notice as we hit our 30s, 40s and 50s and as our skin begins to age. So, what products do you need to start applying if you want to prevent or slow down the signs of aging? What steps should you take to look and feel younger? How do you select a good anti-aging product amongst the thousands that are being marketed today? And how can you maximize the results from these products is what we are going to discuss in today's video. Hello and hi! If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Sanober Pezad Doctor, fondly known as Mrs. Doctor, and on this channel we discuss everything related to skincare, hair care, healthy aging and everything needed to lead a healthy and happy life. If you are someone who likes to make educated choices and get on track with your health, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell icon because that is the only way you will get notified when a new video gets released. So without any further ado, let's begin. When we speak about creating a skincare routine, say in your 30s or 40s or 50s or whatever it is that people keep marketing and trying to use as a clickbait like we did, I want you to understand that these are merely numbers and not a true reflection of how young or old you are. Like I have 50-year-olds who look like they're 25, seriously, and 20-year-olds who look like they're in their late 30s. If you truly wish to create a skincare routine for yourself, and that is what I help my clients do almost every single day, you need to understand what your skin truly needs, not what someone else or me or some influencer tells you. And what are the skincare concerns that you wish to target right now? For example, you might be someone who had very oily skin as a teenager. You might have suffered from the acne nightmare that tends to haunt a majority of us during that period of time. But now as your skin begins to mature, you start to realize that it's getting to become more drier. You may have a lot of uneven pigmentation, or you might be experiencing redness or rosacea or melasma or some other issue that is concerning you right now at this present moment. Now I don't know if this was truly your case. This was just an example. I can't really help you until I personally meet and assess you. But what I can help you with is how to assess these problems. What are the things that you can do in general at home? And when you get a chance, I really want you to discuss this with your dermatologist so that you can create a skincare routine that is personally curated for you. Now, if I have to sum up some of the major issues that you wish to target for the aging skin, then it will be to prevent or clear any blotchy pigmentation, to retain the skin's youthful firmness, to reduce the appearance of fine line and wrinkles which everyone seems to always focus on, to keep your complexion looking younger and brighter, to avoid any kind of leathery skin from appearing or even worsening, and to reduce the risk of skin cancer. To take care of this, you'll have to take care of the following steps, and when I say you have to, you kind of must, because trust me, it's for your own good and years of research have been supporting these recommendations. So the first thing is to protect your skin from the sun. I just cannot emphasize how beautiful the life-giving force of the sun truly is and how crucial it is to get good amount of sunlight exposure, which is essential for hormonal balance and vitamin D production. But most of us are getting way too much sun exposure than what is healthy. UV light is known to cause collagen degradation and stimulate the melanocytes to produce more melanin. We have so much evidence that the sun actually prematurely ages the skin that there is a term to describe it: photoaging. So if you're going to be out in the direct sun for more than 15 to 20 minutes, then try to follow these three things. Seek shade as far as possible, especially between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. And if you live in a place like I do, then even the 5 p.m. summer sun is capable of burning you. So use your judgment. And a fun rule to follow is whenever your shadow is shorter than you are, seek shade. Number 2 is cover up in style. Whenever possible, wear a wide brimmed hat and long sleeve shirts and pants. We all can never forget this eye-opening image of a truck driver whose side exposed to the sun showed extensive sun damage and photoaging, and nobody wants that to happen, right? And number 3 is slather on sunscreen before you go outdoors. I personally prefer mineral or physical based sunscreens simply because I find them much more effective and I want to avoid some of those chemical filters. Now there is an entire debate on whether or not that's true about the safety, but that is a topic for another day. But I'll show you some of my favorites. So let's see, what do we have? We have the Think Baby or the Think Sport sunscreen, and this is what I'm currently using. Then this is another one that I have. I think I just stock up a lot on these because it's summer. Then I even like the Badger Active Mineral Sunscreen. The Raw Elements Blue Lizard Sunscreen is good. And I particularly love the one from Anna Marie. I do not have it with me right now. But if you have skin on the drier side and you want something which is relatively very clean but very nourishing but protecting you at the same time, then I definitely think you should try that out. But other good options are the tinted ones, like the Live Tint You Guard or the Think Daily Tinted Sunscreen. There are great options available today. I've actually made a dedicated video on some of my favorite ones, but again, it all depends on your skin type, your skin tone, your skin color, what works well for you. So if there is one that you like particularly, I would love if you could leave it in the comments below for the benefit of everyone else. But when you do, please make sure that you also mention your skin type and your skin tone so that people who wish to try it can do so accordingly. Okay, alright, sounds good. Alright, the next thing that I want to mention, since we are on the topic of photo aging, is please forget about indoor tanning or just tanning in general. I cannot for the love of 𝐂𝐇𝐄𝐎 understand this obsession about changing one's skin color. Like where I grew up in India, people were obsessed with becoming fairer. Like literally there are products like Fair and Lovely and whatnot being marketed, and that has actually duped and fooled thousands, if not millions, who have spoiled their faces and damaged their skin. But after moving to the United States, I saw this crazy obsession of people wanting to tan and darken their skin color. Like, come on, your skin color and tone is not only based on your ancestry and genetics, but it is also based on where you're originally from. So if you think about it, people who live closer to the equator are exposed to a lot more sun than people in the northern or the southern hemisphere, and that is the reason why they belong to the darker skin tone, because that extra melanin is protective for them. So if you have lighter skin, just enjoy and take care of it. Okay, now once we have sun protection covered, let's discuss the first basic step in your skincare routine, and that is cleansing. So a cleanser is a must. You can use it once or twice a day, but I preferably prefer using it towards the end of the day after you've worked around, been outside, or just in general when your skin is subjected to the outside environment. And when I mean cleansing, I do not mean soap or face washes. And I'll repeat this again for the sake of all the men out there, that soap over the face is not okay. You want to choose a cleanser based on your skin type. I have a lot of videos where I have explained how to determine your skin type and which ingredients you want to choose accordingly. But in general, if you have skin on the oilier side, or if you have a combination type skin, then a good example would be the La Roche-Posay Purifying Foaming Cleanser or the Derma Active Pore Cleansing Wash. If you have skin on the drier side, then Prequel's Cleanser, that's the glycerin based cleanser, is a good option. Then the next step is probably the most important step in your skincare routine, probably after sun protection, and that is moisturization. Now this topic is a wild jungle in itself. I can speak for hours and still not do justice. The reason being, the type of moisturizer you will choose will depend on your target skin concern. In this space we have serums, balms, creams, lotions, but if I have to help you with the two major skincare concerns that plagues most of my patients that I see on an everyday basis and that I help them with, it is correcting uneven skin tone and pigmentation and reducing fine lines and wrinkles. Now for correcting uneven skin tone and pigmentation, you want to look for products that contain ingredients such as alpha-arbutin, kojic acid, vitamin C, licorice root extract, azelaic acid, niacinamide. Since we are on the topic of skin lightening and taking care of pigmentation, I think it is a good time to mention that chemical exfoliators such as lactic acid and glycolic acid, because they not only help to get rid of the dead skin cells which are present on the topmost layer of our skin, but they also help in effectively allowing the other ingredients to penetrate deeper and therefore have better effect. Now I won't be doing justice if I name a few because there are a ton of great options available. This is the reason why I particularly like educating you on what to look for, especially in terms of what ingredients you must be looking for, so that then you don't have to rely on me or anyone else. But just to give you an idea, Dr. Idris's Major Fade Solution System, Odaja's Brightify Cream, and Derma E Skin Brightening Cream are some of the good options. Since I also try to look for very good and clean ingredients, I also want want you to consider and try using Anna Marie's anti-aging oil and serum. If you see the ingredient list, it is so simple, but I have personally experienced, and so many of my clients as well, there is something very, very beautiful that it does to your skin, right from brightening to helping keep it firm. That brings us to the next type of moisturizer that you want to incorporate, and that is one containing peptides and a vitamin A derivative. Retinol is one of the most basic ones to start off with, and you can then progress to retinal and retinoic acid. Things to keep in mind before you start using a retinol product is you do not want to use it if you're considering getting pregnant, if you are pregnant or lactating. And when you start, you want to start low and slow. I have so many patients come up to me and tell me that how will just a little over the face work or be effective. But remember, too much of something is not always a good thing, and that is absolutely true when it comes to any vitamin A derivative, especially retinol, retinal or retinoic acid. So you want to start with a very fine and small amount all over your face. If you want, start using it just for a few days a week, or for a little time in the night before you hit the bed, and then wash it off to see how your skin is able to tolerate it. Because sometimes people develop a lot of sensitivity and then they shy away from using it, but you're actually depriving yourself from a very good ingredient that can be actually effective in reducing fine lines and wrinkles. Now, I have yet to see a retinol product that is absolutely clean, so we don't have that option right now. But good and effective ones that are relatively not heavy on the pocket includes the Rock Retinol Correction or the Deep Wrinkle Correction Cream, if I'm not wrong, and Paula's Choice Retinol. As it has 1% retinol, it is really effective and very nice. Now, will I be a very good dermatologist and an integrative and health practitioner if I only made you focus on what to apply? Remember, skincare products can only do so much. But what I'm trying to say is, don't just focus on the outside, but on the inside as well. Let's take our house for example. You don't want to just keep painting the outside without considering strengthening the interiors, right? Like, what's the point of having a very glossy looking house only to find out that the roof is leaking, or the foundation isn't stable, or that the pillars are wobbly? You get the point, right? So you want to include foods that will strengthen and reinforce the skin's elasticity and firmness. If there are two ingredients that I want you to start with, if you aren't already, and specifically if we are speaking about anti-aging or healthy aging, then it will be collagen and colostrum. Again, I have made separate videos explaining these in detail. Just make sure that whenever you're sourcing anything to put inside your body, you source really good quality ones, because you don't want to end up paying for fillers or junk and put that inside your body, right? And the last point, if I have to sum up a good skincare routine, would be some good gadgets to invest in, like a good quality LED face mask, a microcurrent device, microdermabrasion, and of course nothing replaces an in-office procedure. I have always said this, and I will say this again, you do not have to make a lot of changes to actually see good effects. Start with the basics, create and curate a skincare routine that is personally suited for you, and then build up on it. So many like myself have actually reversed our biological age. The sky is the limit today. You just need to make a start and stay consistent with it. Let me know in the comments, what is your current skincare concern, and what are you doing, or what steps have you already started taking to correct it? I know a lot of y'all have been asking me, so I do create personalized skincare routines based on our conversation and based on your skin type and your skin concerns, and I'll leave the details for the same in the description below. But I'm only one person and I can only do so much. So I want you to discuss this with your dermatologist so that you can achieve beautiful and radiant skin and health for years to come. If you liked the video, please smash the like button and share it with your friends and family. Continue to glow, thrive and shine as always. Take care. I'll see you soon.